Coming up on Around San Diego, the verdict is in. What happened in court for the man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend's fiance? And we are getting our first look at the new water purification treatment facility in Santee. We'll break down exactly how it works. Plus, it was a wild scene at the Marriott Marina over the weekend involving a local business owner and philanthropist. Those details ahead. Thanks for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS. Ahead in just 30 minutes. We do begin with crime. A man is facing life in prison after being found guilty of killing his ex-girlfriend's fiance. On Monday, a jury convicted Jesse Alvarez of shooting and killing Cathedral Catholic High School teacher Mario Fierro in February of 2021. Alvarez claimed it was self-defense, but evidence against him included internet searches he made before the shooting on how to kill your ex's fiance and how to kill someone with a handgun. Sentencing is set for May 10th. Now to something caught on camera. Take a look. We have new video of a man seen holding an axe right outside of homes. Neighbors in Hillcrest and Mission Hills have been sharing their Ring camera videos online. We've also since learned the man was detained. Police tell us he is receiving resources, but it's unclear if he was released. Neighbors say they plan to be extra vigilant and look out for each other.
Best thing that we've taken away from this was some of these community apps so that we can actually ascertain whether others are having this kind of experience too. And that itself actually makes us feel a little bit safer.
Yeah, we got to help each other. So visit CBS8.com for the latest as we continue to work for you and gather more information about this man. Well, concerned community members in Linda Vista came together Monday night calling for an end to gun violence. Local leaders met with community members to come up with solutions.
In San Diego and every other city, it's a really, really big deal, and things have to be done about it. And so for my part, I like education, opportunity, and renewed and changed mindset.
So that was Robert Wood from Shawfat Outreach, and they provide support in the community in an effort to help steer people away from violence. He says some neighborhoods, specifically those in underserved areas, have been heavily impacted by gunfire. Well, also on Monday, State Senator Steve Padilla introduced a bill in Imperial Beach to hold companies accountable for cross-border pollution. He says businesses set up in Tijuana to take advantage of their lack of environmental protections. His new bill would require large companies that do business in California to publicly disclose their wastewater discharges that can contaminate California waters. They would have to either pay the state to clean up the contamination or take care of it themselves. Well, more help is on the way for San Diegans impacted by January's severe flooding. Tuesday, the Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to extend hotel vouchers. The current vouchers were set to expire in 2 weeks. Those vouchers will now expire in May, to the relief of many families. They were concerned they'd have nowhere to go in just a couple of weeks.
Because that's our only safe space right now. That's our only clean space right now. It's our only clean air, you know.
Oh, yes, this extension will cost the county more than $6 million. $3 million will also go toward providing meals for the families for the next 60 days. Well, it is still years away from going online, but this is the future for water in East County. We're getting an update on a construction for a treatment facility there that will provide water to hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses. Importing water from other areas is becoming more expensive, and drought conditions regularly raise concerns about our water supply. So as CBS 8's Steve Price reports, this new facility will help diversify our water supply to make us less reliant on others.
Turning 15 million gallons of wastewater into purified water for East County residents. We are getting our first look at the new water purification treatment facility in Santee.
10 million pounds of reinforcing steel, enough concrete to fill 16 Olympic-sized swimming pools, and tanks and basins big enough to hold 3 million cubic feet of water. It may not look like much right now, but this place will eventually pump out 11.5 million gallons of purified water a day.
This project will create a new local and sustainable drinking water supply that is uninterruptible and available to us in both dry and wet seasons.
Used water from East County homes and businesses, a lot of which currently goes to the ocean, will now end up in the East County Advanced Water Purification Facility, where it will undergo 4 water purification steps: membrane filtration, reverse osmosis, UV advanced oxidation, and free chlorine disinfection.
By the time the water reaches the final step, only hydrogen, oxygen, and water molecules remain. In fact, it's so pure that minerals need to be added back into the water before it's transported to Lake Jennings Reservoir.
That's right, the water will travel 10 miles through pipes to Lake Jennings, which holds water for around 400,000 East County homes.
It will mix with the surface water in that reservoir. It'll be treated again at Helix Water District's Levy treatment plant and then distributed as drinking water.
If you're worried about wastewater being turned into drinking water, you should know this isn't the first facility to do it. In fact, Orange County already has one up and running.
That program serves over 1 million customers, including Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm.
The $950 million facility will also put out another 2 million gallons of water a day that are not pure enough to drink, but can be used for landscaping. The whole thing is expected to be up and running in early 2027. In Santee, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Interesting, Steve, thank you. Hey, well, Fallbrook is #1 in home sales in San Diego County. That's according to the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors.
Well, I think it's amazing, first of all, that people have found us. We're a hidden gem, and it looks like we're now on the map. So you can get land with fruit trees. You can also have, grow veggies. You have animals here, horse property, goats, llamas, chickens, you name it.
Data shows Fallbrook was followed by North Escondido and Oceanside, both with 30 homes sold last month. After a slow run, local realtors say it's now a promising time for San Diego homebuyers.
It's been a little bit difficult in the past year for home buyers to get in due to the high interest rates, due to the lack of inventory. So to see some of those numbers start to turn around is encouraging for all of our San Diego home buyers.
Love to share some positive news with you. The most expensive home sold in San Diego County last month was an estate in Coronado with a hefty price tag of $28 million. Wow. Well, San Diego's unsafe camping ban has been in place for several months now, and a school downtown says it's already made a huge difference. Students say they regularly saw people doing drugs and fighting while walking to and from school, but not anymore. CBS 8's Steve Price shows us what it looked like before the ban and the changes the school is seeing now.
The last time I visited Perkins Elementary School in the surrounding streets, I couldn't safely do this, walk down the sidewalk, and more importantly, neither could the students. But today, it's a very different scene out here. There's no trash, no smell of urine, and no violence.
Away from the baskets, away from the baskets.
It was a 5th grade field trip in 2017, and with tents and other items blocking the sidewalks,
As close to the cars as possible.
the students were forced to walk in the street. For years, this was a daily occurrence.
The smell of urine, feces, trash.
But Principal Fernando Hernandez says last June, when San Diego's unsafe camping ordinance went into effect, everything changed.
We used to deal with a lot of food containers, food trash, and then feces, needles, old dirty clothing. But all of that has almost disappeared.
The new law prevents tents within 2 blocks of schools. And check out these pictures we took today. Some trash, but no tents.
For our students that walk to school from that direction, from the homeless shelters, they are able to walk to school by remaining on the sidewalk the entire way.
That's right, he said homeless shelters. Nearly a third of the kids who attend Perkins, which has now expanded up to 8th grade, are homeless. So Principal Hernandez is sensitive to the situation.
I am hoping that all of the people that were on the street are getting the services and the supports they badly need, because they need a lot of help.
Tomorrow, can you come?
The changes are also being noticed in the classroom. Students starting their day less anxious, not as distracted, ready to learn.
There's a lot of less stress. The topic of homelessness on the street isn't brought up anymore in my parent meetings.
Homelessness advocates argue the unsafe camping ordinance simply moves people from one spot to another. But Principal Hernandez says for him, the safety of his students has to be priority number one.
They were subjected to violence because some of the people would be fighting, a lot of foul language.
Now they're having a ball, and like the murals they painted, they're riding a wave to brighter days. In downtown, Steve Price, CBS 8.
More good news. Steve, thanks. Well, we are also learning how often the Chula Vista Police Department uses drones and for what reasons. CBS 8 submitted a public records request for information on drone flights from January 2022 to February 2024. So in 2 years, the department dispatched the drones more than 8,800 times. 21 of those flights led to arrests. The records say that many of the flights were to check out disturbance calls. Another 11% were labeled as protected call type, meaning the department didn't provide a reason to CBS 8.
That's fine when you're looking for a suspect, but what if they're just surveilling the general public? We just want to see how they're using the technology, and the more they hide, the more suspicious the public should be.
So that was Art Castaneras, the publisher and editor of La Prensa San Diego. He sued the city in 2021 after he was denied access to drone records and lost. Chula Vista Police Department says their drone program is not used for surveillance, but to keep people safe and help officers on calls. Well, now to kind of a wild scene at the Marriott Marina over the weekend involving a local business owner and philanthropist who we have featured here on CBS 8. It began when a worker told a man in a Lamborghini yacht he couldn't pick someone up there at the dock. As CBS 8's Anna Laurel reports, it ended with the man dropping his pants and screaming at the employee in front of hundreds of onlookers.
When this $4.5 million Lamborghini yacht rolled into the Marriott Marina yesterday afternoon, everyone stopped to stare, take pictures and videos. One of those people was Joseph Holt, who works at the private dock here. But when the boat tried to pick up someone, Joseph had to stop them.
I told him respectfully that he couldn't be there, and I honestly was hoping to maybe have a conversation with him about his cool boat. But yeah, it completely went the other way.
AJ Thakor owns the boat. He's also known as Ace Rogers on social media. CBS 8 has done stories about his philanthropy and business, but that's not the Ace Joseph met yesterday.
It escalated immediately. It was 0 to 100 immediately.
Joseph says Ace threatened his life. It's pretty serious. What do you mean he was threatening your life?
He was saying, "I will kill you," like over and over and over.
Someone even posted video of it to YouTube. Joseph says Ace gets out his wallet and continues his vicious tirade toward him as he throws $100 bills at him and into the water.
I'm a minimum wage worker, and he was commenting on...
He was saying that?
Yeah, on my status of who I am just because of my job. He was saying, I'm nobody, I'm nothing, I work a silly job. He said that he knows people, he has connections, and he can change my life and ruin it.
You can see Joseph standing on the dock as the boat pulls away.
I didn't really even know how to process it. I really was just trying to restrain myself from potentially getting fired from my job or, just stepping out of line. The only thing I did was give him the bird.
You can see that on the video too, but it's what Ace did next that Joseph says upset him most.
He had dropped his pants and started to make gestures at everybody that was watching, and me. You can't act that way in public, and it's just not okay, especially threatening my life at the very least. There's women and children there. That's the most important part.
So Ace Rogers' public relations team did send CBS 8 a statement reading, quote, "The interaction that occurred was regrettable. What started as a minor misunderstanding escalated into an argument, and I apologize for my actions and to those who witnessed the unfortunate exchange," end quote. Still ahead, Anza Borrego Desert State Park is in full bloom. How you can visit and what you need to be aware of if you do. Anza Borrego Desert State Park is seeing its best bloom in years, and it's already drawing big crowds. CBS 8's Shannon Handy was there earlier this week and has all the details.
This is one of those stories where pictures may not do it justice. I'm standing in what rangers say is the largest field of flowers in the entire park. It's an incredible sight that has people from all over coming to see it.
We do not see this every year. This is really special and we're super excited about it.
For as far as the eye can see, white, yellow, and purple wildflowers cover this field off Henderson Canyon Road inside Anza Borrego Desert State Park.
What makes it so magical? I think it's the colors all coming together so bright.
Julie McClanahan works here. She says this is the biggest and brightest bloom they've seen since possibly 2019, thanks to a combination of favorable conditions.
It's heat, it's rain, it's wind, it's frost. Those all play a factor into our flowers.
March is typically the best time to see wildflowers in the desert, but due to the extreme climate out here, they could be gone as soon as April.
We're not certain how long they'll stay around. Those are based on environmental factors, but if you want to see beautiful blooms, they are here today, they are here right now.
They've been especially vibrant over the past few days. That brought an influx of visitors over the weekend. If you want to beat the crowds, come early or on a Monday, like one couple I met from Nevada. What do you think about this?
I think this is the best bloom I've ever seen. I've been to the Death Valley Super Bloom. I've been going to the desert all the time. Went here 2 years ago. There weren't even flowers on that side of the road.
Well, we lived in 29 Palms for several years, and we are familiar with the wildflower blooms in the spring in the desert, but this is off the charts, better than anything we've ever seen.
Keep in mind, Anza Borrego Desert State Park is 1,000 square miles, so you'll have to know where to go to see the best blooms. You can get updated information on the park's website, their social media pages, or you can call their wildflower hotline. There's also QR codes you can scan posted inside the park. Some other tips: picking the flowers is illegal, and dogs are not allowed to walk through the flower fields. Also, watch out for certain animals like this pair of rattlesnakes McClanahan pointed out, huddled in a burrow just feet from where we were standing.
This is a desert sidewinder rattlesnake. There are many critters here, so we want visitors to be aware of that.
Rattlesnakes aside, while there are other places to check out wildflowers, there's something extra special about seeing them in this quantity for a limited time amid a desert backdrop, especially when it's in your own backyard in San Diego County.
It's like almost like Grand Canyon, which is my favorite. Just something you ought to see if you have a chance to do it.
Again, these flowers won't stick around for long. If you do plan to check them out, we have a link that will help guide you. Just go to CBS8.com and click on this story. Reporting from Anza Borrego Desert State Park, I'm Shanna Handy for CBS 8.
Just spectacular. And yes, all that rain does a whole lot of good. Speaking of rattlesnakes, though, they, of course, are a vital part of the natural food chain in San Diego and around the globe. But researching snakes is a bit of a bigger challenge. Now, new technology is changing that, and it's happening here at a local level for the first time. CBS 8's Evan Narani has more in this week's Earth 8 report.
We've all heard the threatening rattle telling predators they've come too close. But for researchers trying to understand rattlesnakes in the wild, their technology has never quite cut it.
They are not built the way that we are built. They're very, very low energy ectothermic animals that spend like 99% of their time sitting still, not moving, trying to remain hidden either from their own predators or hidden from their prey so they can ambush their prey. If you sit and try to watch a snake the way you would watch a bird, you will see nothing.
That's 46.1.
That is until new technology has allowed for an innovative new way to follow these creatures by attaching non-invasive trackers. Researchers are now using glue and thread as opposed to a surgical process, allowing them to track 75 data points a second, 24 hours a day on these snakes. They shared this video with us as the transmitters were attached.
The goal of the project eventually is to build like this really comprehensive, fine-scale behavioral data set from this very important species so we can understand kind of its ecological relationship to other animals in the environment and their relationship to each other and all sorts of other important things about its conservation and ecology. You ready?
The partnership between the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and San Diego State University comes at a vital time as our county becomes more urban, destroying populations of native snakes.
We like to build in this habitat and we like to live in it. So right off the bat, they're losing their habitat. The habitat is fragmented, which disrupts gene flow. So, you know, the genetics are getting all torn apart because these animals can't reach each other. Roads are a big problem with that and with actually killing the snakes.
Moving.
Researchers hope the data will uncover how snake behavior has adapted or failed to adapt, which could determine how we as humans can keep their population stable.
If you think down the line, you can use that kind of information to plan out roads, to plan out infrastructure, to plan wildlife crossings.
The research is all taking place on 900 acres of undeveloped land around the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, home to 16 species of native snakes, more than any other site in Southern California.
They're very important predators. They control the populations of rats and rabbits and squirrels and things like that. But they're also an important food source for a lot of other predators, such as birds of prey, bobcats, coyotes, foxes, things like that. Big part of the food chain.
It all helps to inform our understanding of the larger role these creatures play and how we can protect their biodiversity. Evan Nurani, CBS 8.
Gotta coexist, right? Evan, thanks. Still ahead, she is the newest member to Lakeside's fire team, and she's pretty cute. We'll introduce you to Annie. Still ahead. Welcome back. 4 decades later, the Clippers are coming back to San Diego. The Los Angeles Clippers will be relocating their G League team from Ontario to Oceanside and rebranding them the San Diego Clippers. I like the sound of it. The G League is the developmental league for the NBA. The team will begin playing at the brand new Front Wave Arena, set to open this August. That arena was already being built for the San Diego Sockers. And the Lakeside Fire Protection District has a new adorable member. Meet Annie. This 5-year-old English lab is part of the station's new dog mental health program meant to reduce stress for those firefighters. Our photojournalist Colleen Murphy met Annie and shares her story.
So right here sitting at my feet is Annie. She's a short hair 5-year-old English lab. We got her from a nonprofit called Guide Dogs of the Desert. She doesn't really have aggressive bone in her body, and that's exactly what you want for either a therapy or a station dog. Oh yes, oh yes. I think the reason why I felt like we needed a station dog is that we've had 2 losses over the past 10 years due to mental health issues, and 2 losses, like 2 brothers, would basically affect anyone in any sense, and so I figured that it would be great to have something that is here at the station, is here to make sure that everyone can be happy just when they walk in and they see Annie.
Shake, shake. Oh, yes, it's good to meet you.
We've had her for about a week, and already it's noticed. Like, guys walk in, they'll see Annie, they're sitting on her bed or just laying here on the floor, and they'll just walk up, they'll pet her, they'll say, oh, hi Annie, how's it going? You know, they'll give her treats, they'll give her pets, and you can just tell already that the mood is just lifted. It's just better to have, you know, Annie here than it wasn't before. Oh, there you go. We found out that she loves the football, and so we would run around, we'll throw the football, and she'll go ahead, retrieve it, come back. She loves running along the blacktop, and so in the morning sometimes we'll all go out and we'll just run back and forth, and she'll just run along with us. She loves pets, she loves to snuggle, she loves treats like any other dog would. Firefighters and people can sometimes be very hard on themselves. They can have a lot of guilt or have a lot of stress, and they always accumulate that. And as they might not show it because they don't want people to worry about them. Even the most minor calls can affect people compared to the most extreme. What Annie does, being here all the time, is just keep that at a certain level and slowly negate that to the point where there isn't as much as a tipping point as there could be. It's all about just taking care of Annie, you know, because she takes care of us. Come on, come on. When you see their face and they look up at you, it's just one of those feelings that you just get, and you're like, oh, I'm happy to see you, Annie, and thanks for being happy to see me too.
Yeah, what a step in the right direction. So thankful for the work they're doing, and I sincerely hope it helps. All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying informed. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take good care.